All right, well, Indiana Congressman Jim Banks grilled General Mark Milley during yesterday's House testimony over Bob Woodward's book, The Revelations, that claim Milley likened Newsmax to domestic terrorists.
And Newsmax, which is the second most watched conservative media outlet in the country today, do your notes about January 6th reference both Epoch Times and Newsmax as on a list of domestic terrorists?
I'm not recalling this conversation at all.
It's in the book.
It may be in the book. I haven't read the book. I'm not recalling a conversation about Newsmax, Epoch Times.
Do you have a notebook that lists Newsmax and Epoch Times as domestic terrorists as recounted by the Bob Woodward book Peril? Or is Bob Woodward lying to us in the book?
I don't know. I don't recall any conversation about Epoch Times.
Do you believe that Newsmax and Epoch Times are domestic terrorists or their viewers or readers are domestic terrorists?
Not at all. I don't think Epoch Times nor Newsmax are domestic terrorist organizations.
Will you produce notes to this committee that you relayed to Bob Woodward in the book that you listed different groups that are responsible for January 6th?
Sure, absolutely.
Congressman Jim Banks joins us now. Congressman, that was the most grilling he got over the Senate and congressional hearings. That was the most I saw him dance. He was at a loss for words. He didn't know where to go. Likely, sir, because you had him. You had him dead to the wall. Of course he made those notes. Woodward, like him or not, wouldn't have quoted him if he didn't hear him say that exact same thing. Congressman, what was your takeaway from that?
Well, Eric, it's in the book. So either Bob Woodward is lying to us or General Milley is lying. And at this point, we would either like for him to show us his notes, which he at some point spilled his guts and told Bob Woodward that those were a part of his notes, or Bob Woodward, who wrote the book, can come forward and produce the recordings. No doubt he has recordings of the conversations that he had with General Milley and tell the American people that his book is, in fact, true. So at the bottom line here, though, is this. General Milley is a very political figure. And General Milley admitted to me yesterday in our back and forth that it is dangerous when the military becomes political or when our nation's top military officers become politicized as well. And I agree with that. It is dangerous for our military. It's dangerous for when it comes to the civilian control of our military, the traditions that we have with our nation's military. General Milley agreed with that, and this book lays out a lot of cases and a lot of reasons why General Milley is a very political figure. And for that reason, he should go. He should resign. He told us he's not going to do that, but I hope this isn't a pattern or the type of behavior that we've modeled by whoever replaces him in the future by other officers under his chain of command.
Congressman, in his own words, his opening statement, he said, it's dangerous, as you point out, for him, a person in his position, to be political, and then he goes and does exactly what you say. He becomes political. I also went back to the U.S. Code, Article 10, and read. I went line by line looking for somewhere where it says part of his job description is to notify the reporters or contact reporters. Zero. There's no mention of any of that whatsoever. What do you think he was up to? What was his rationale for talking to these reporters?
I think there are two reasons, Eric. One, it's that he has scores to settle with the commander-in-chief, by the way, who gave him his job. So he feels like he's entitled to go and spill his guts to not just to Bob Woodward, but there are several books that he went and spoke with the book's authors, and also a number of political reporters that we now know that he spent a lot of time talking to political reporters and book authors, that he probably should have been using that time instead to develop a strategy to safely withdraw America from Afghanistan or to take on the biggest threat that we face, which is China. Instead, he was out talking with political reporters in Washington, D.C., because he is a politician. He's a political figure. So that's one reason why I think he was trying to settle scores. And secondly, I think he cares way too much about his image. So he was carefully crafting and articulating his image to all of these political reporters as well. At the end of the day, none of it helps in any way to make America strong, safe, and secure, which is the mission that he has as the nation's top military leader.
Very quickly, I only have about 30 seconds or so. Look, you want to be apolitical, General Milley? Come on this network. You call us domestic terrorists, put it on some stupid list, some extemporaneous note list. Final thought. I mean, I just sum it up for us. So I got 30 seconds for you.
Yeah, at the end of the day, my message to General Milley is that he's done a lot of irreparable damage to the military by becoming a political figure. And that was the basis of our exchange back and forth. It's a bad representation of our military. He clearly undermined President Trump as commander-in-chief when he was in office, and at this point, he's developed a reputation for himself that's going to stick. It's not going away.
Well, personally, I'm glad, Congressman Jim Banks, you're on the House Armed Services Committee. I almost said Senate. I almost gave you a promotion. Maybe that's in the future. Congressman, good talking to you.
Thank you.